Hey everybody, Dave Savage here. I am with Michelle Mollura with RPM. Hey Michelle, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So Michelle, you crushed it at the RPM sales rally, as a helping teach everybody how to use Mortgage Coach better. And I wanted to get you on this call just to record a couple quick scripts in sales strategies. Before we do the first script, if you could just tell folks what market you're in, what kind of production you do, and then we'll get into some scripts.
Absolutely. So I am primarily in the South Bay in Southern California. So most of my clients range anywhere from Long Beach up to West LA, basically along the coast.
Okay.
And my office, I have two offices, one in Palos Verdes and one in Manhattan Beach. And last year, my volume was just over 60 million. And I'm also the regional manager for the offices here in the South Bay for RPM.
So you're a leader to a lot of loan officers. How many total leaders within your region?
Oh, God, you're going to stump me on that one. How many branches do we have in this
Okay.
region?
Yeah.
I'd have to say we're probably somewhere around 10 to 12 branches in SoCal.
So you've got a leadership role, you're providing top line leadership, and you're doing 60 plus million. So that's awesome.
Thank
So
you.
so let's talk about what you're saying to borrowers before you give them the Mortgage Coach total cost analysis. What does the script sound like? When you're talking to that family, you're going to send them the TCA link. What do you say first so that when they get it, they're like, wow, this is awesome.
Well, I'll start by saying that sometimes it depends on the type of client they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I make it a point to get to know my clients pretty well over the phone at least and understand if they are a super financially savvy person, like they're a hedge fund manager or financial planner,
Right.
versus somebody who's not that comfortable with numbers and just needs to think in more layman's terms. So if I'm dealing with the average bear, which is most clients that doesn't love numbers so much, I will tell them that I am kind of like going to Expedia. When they want to plan air travel, do they just call one airline at a time, or do they go on Expedia to kind of see what all the airlines are offering, who's got the right time they want to fly into the right airport, and then at the best cost? So when they talk to me, I'm the Expedia of mortgages. So I am going to assess their situation, keep in mind what their goals are for this purchase, what their intentions are for the property, and then I'm going to present them with the best recommendations that I could find from my resources. And the way I'm going to present it to them is I'm going to make a very simple, easy to read spreadsheet where they can look at the options side by side, and the spreadsheet is going to show them how much the monthly payment's going to be, what their total cash to close, if any. Obviously on a purchase there would be, what their total cash to close is going to be, the difference in interest paid over the life of each loan, which helps them make decisions in regard to whether or not it makes sense to pay points to buy down a rate. So I really usually keep it that simple. And I'll also say it's going to allow them to see their tax benefit related to each mortgage. So I let them know that I'm going to prepare this for them. I'm going to spend a lot of my time researching, assessing, making recommendations, and then presenting them the best of the best in a very simple, easy to read spreadsheet where they could see it all side by side.
Got it. And then do you typically deliver that with an email? So you have this borrower consultation and now you're emailing them a link to the Mortgage Coach total cost analysis. Is that typical?
Yes, typically what I just said to you right now, that script, I usually will say in a phone conversation, and then they're now expecting the spreadsheet, the Mortgage Coach analysis.
And you
So
call
then
it
when
that.
I'm sorry?
You call it a spreadsheet.
I call it a spreadsheet because I don't think everyone knows what Mortgage Coach is. So I just call it a spreadsheet. But I say it's a very user-friendly, easy to read spreadsheet. I tell them it's not an Excel spreadsheet. And so then I prepare my email. I tell them I'm going to deliver it to them in an email. And then in my email, I refer back to, hey, Joe, it was so great talking to you today. I've completed reviewing your file, and I've prepared a spreadsheet for you to look at. And I give them simple instructions. I just say, please click on the link below that will take you to the live spreadsheet. And I like to embody the link in a photo of the spreadsheet. So I actually will take a screenshot of my spreadsheet that I've prepared to them open with my picture in the video, because I always do a video, so they can see my face in the middle of the spreadsheet. I'm smiling, and it's the spreadsheet, the first page of the spreadsheet. I embody the link into a screenshot of the spreadsheet into the email, so it doesn't look like a scary link that they're not sure if it's got a virus or something weird. It looks like they're clicking on the spreadsheet, but then it takes them to the live link.
Love it. And so let's think about this. The family has a great conversation. They get this email. It's you underpromised and over-delivered. I mean, it's a mortgage experience showing different options, and then you added a video to it using Mortgage Coach. Added the video. Before I recorded this, I said, Michelle, how often do you get rate shopped? And she's like, I really don't get rate shopped. Well, it's no wonder. I mean, it's an amazing experience. Okay, so that's great. Now, what about, we want to get not loan officers, families to download the mobile app and experience it via mobile. Does that come up in your conversation at all, where you're driving the mobile download of the app, or does it just happen? Any leadership you can provide around that?
I'll be honest, I don't really get too far into the mobile app. I let them know that they could view it on their phone. It is mobile friendly, but I don't do a big script around preparing them for that. I personally, when I've used the mobile app, I feel like it's pretty intuitive. It pops up, it tells them what they need to do, that they need to download the app to view it. So I feel like it's very easy to follow. So I don't do a giant script around that. I just let them know that it can be viewed on their phone or on their desktop, whatever they prefer.
Awesome. I would tell you, I'm doing similar calls like this where I'm recording Skype conversations, and there's been some other top producers that have, and it's not a huge script, it's like 15 seconds, it's like 30 seconds. So encourage you to check it out. I'll leave it to you,
yeah.
whether or not it would be an upgrade or not.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, but what you're doing is working. Okay, so one more script, and then we're going to wrap this up. What do you're a mortgage coach. You're delivering this better experience to the family. What are you saying to agents so that they get it? Hey, when you refer someone to me, they're getting your spreadsheet with a video. What does that sound like? How do you describe that to agents so that they're like, wow, this is awesome?
Well, the way I sell it to agents, and it's funny you should ask, because I just did a presentation this week in front of about 80 agents, and I showed my Mortgage Coach video in my PowerPoint. And what I say to them is, when they bring their buyers or clients, when they refer their clients to me, I am going to make sure that I keep their buyer on track. And one of the ways I do that is by assessing their buyer situation and really finding out what they want, and then presenting them with lots of options. And the way I present the options to them is through the Mortgage Coach analysis, where the borrower can clearly see the pros and cons of each loan program that they could move forward with, and that there's a friendly video. I actually will pro the realtor. I always tell each realtor, I'm your biggest cheerleader with your client. I will be a part of your client retention program. So oftentimes in my videos, I'll even say, I'm so excited that you're working with so-and-so. They're an amazing agent in this area. So, and I will often send what I prepared for their client to them, so they can see what their client's options are. They can be a part of that conversation as well.
So smart.
My agents have all told me that they don't know of anyone else doing what I do, that they just don't see what I do very often. And they're so appreciative, particularly in this area. We have a lot of smart people, I imagine in all areas, but just a lot of smart, intelligent buyers that live in this area. And they appreciate getting this kind of analysis where they can just look at the numbers.
Awesome. So hopefully everybody got the takeaway. I mean, she is just, building this into her conversation with her agents, whether she's talking to 70 and she's saying, this is how I'm educating families, this is how I'm helping them make a confident decision. I know, Michelle, because when I did my interview on stage with you at the sales rally, you're big on the cost of waiting or, the move up analysis. And
Yeah.
so, you're not only helping people get pre-qualified and make a confident personal decision, you're helping them understand, hey, why buy now? Should I move up? I'm
Yeah.
renting. Should I, own versus rent? So you're awesome. Hey, if you could do two favors, if you could forward me a couple Mortgage Coach total cost analysis link
Mhm.
that anybody that's watching this, you're watching this in a recording in our YouTube channel. Remember that we've got a lot of other content that will help you be more successful. And then in the description below, there'll be a couple links to Michelle's sample total cost analysis. So, Michelle, thanks for taking time to record this and share this. And if you do have questions for Michelle, put those in comments below. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll be sure to be responsive. And make note that this call is a Skype video. I have it in two playlists. I have one for Mortgage Coach scripts, and I have another one for Skype videos like this. So, Michelle, thanks so much, and hopefully this is helpful to all you Mortgage Coach professionals out there.
You're welcome, Dave. My pleasure.